Good morning, my dear students. How was your exams? Did all of you performed very well in all subject? Okay, anyway, congrats children for your attempt. You have done a great job, especially in this period. And I saw your marks. Some of you have scored very good marks and others scored little less. Students, don't worried about that. All of you can perform very well in the next exam. Okay. So, what do you have to do for that? What do you have to do for attaining good marks in the coming examination? You have to obey your parents, teachers, and read the textbooks thoroughly. Also, watch all the video lessons regularly. Okay, students? And also, you have to write your notes on the same day and just revise it in between several days. By doing these things, you can score very good marks in the coming examination. Okay, students, I hope you all will do these things. Okay, if you have any doubt, you can contact your teachers. All your teachers are ready for clearing your doubts. Okay, then anyway, congrats all of you. So, today we are going to deal with our new chapter in physical science. Do you know the name of that chapter? I will give you a clue. Listen here. What is the name of our new chapter? Heat. Our name of our new chapter is heat. Do you know? Do you know about heat? What is heat? Mainly, heat is a form of energy. Heat is a form of energy and sun is the main source of heat energy. Why do we sweat on a sunny day? Because of the heat of the sun. Let us study about heat in this chapter. Heat is a form of energy and the sun's light increases, the temperature of our body also increases and thereby we sweat. Then, do you know why particular type of clothes are worn in particular season? Do you know what are woolen clothes made of? We know that the woolen clothes are made of animal fibers. Then, in which season do you wear woolen clothes? We wear woolen clothes during winter season. We wear woolen clothes during which season, students say? We wear woolen clothes during winter season. WW, woolen clothes in winter season. Okay. Then why we wear woolen clothes in winter season? We wear woolen clothes during winter because it does not allow the body heat to go out and keep us warm when it is cold outside. Then we know that cotton clothes are obtained from plants. Then in which season do we wear cotton clothes? Probably we wear light colored cotton clothes during summer season. We wear light colored cotton clothes in summer season because it absorbs the sweat, and as the sweat evaporates, our body loses heat and we feel cool. So in some season we feel hot and in some season we feel cold, isn't it? Then in the same way, in our day-to-day life, come across a number of objects. In our day-to-day life, we come across a number of objects. Some of them are hot and some of them are cold. Like the season, there are several objects. In those, some of them are cold and some of them are hot. How do we know whether an object is hot or cold? Can you say? How do we know whether an object is hot or cold? For example, what is this? Say, it's an ice. Is ice hot or cold? Say, hot or cold. Is it hot? No, it's cold. Ice is cold. Then, how do we know whether an object is hot or cold? How can you identify the ice is hot or cold? Usually we feel it by touch, isn't it? Then, now I will show you something. You have to say whether it is cold or hot. Okay? Students, after watching this video, you should take your textbook and open page number 36. There is a table in page number 36. The table is table 4.1. After watching this video, you have to take your textbook and open page number 36 and fill table 4.1. Okay? Now listen here. I will show you something. You have to say whether it is hot or cold. The first thing is, what is this? Ice cream. Do you like ice cream? Usually we all like ice cream. Is it hot or cold? What a simple question. Ice cream? It is cold. Then the second, what is this? Say cup of tea. I am asking about spoon in a hot tea. Spoon in a hot tea. Is it cold or hot? The spoon in a cup of tea. It is hot. It is hot. Then, what is this? Fruit juice. The third is fruit juice. Do you like to drink hot juice or like to drink cold juice? We usually prefer cold juice. So it is cold. Next, the last thing is, you can say a man is cooking by holding a saucepan. I am asking about the saucepan handle. Saucepan handle. Can you say, is it hot or cold? We usually see our parents holding the handle of hot frying pan while cooking with bare hand. Why? Why they holding the handle of frying pan? Because it is not hot, but the metal part are hot. So it is cold. The metal part are hot, but the handle is cold. So our parents will hold the handle of the frying pan while cooking in the bare hand. Okay. That is, it is cold. Then, let me ask you, what is this? It's ice cream. Then, it is fruit juice. Is ice cream cold or hot? It's cold. Also, fruit juice is also cold. Both things you seen on the screen are cold things. Then, let me ask you, which one is more colder? Ice cream or fruit juice? Which one is more colder? We know that ice cream is colder than fruit juice. That is, the ice cream is more colder than fruit juice, isn't it? That is, there are some objects which are colder than others. Like, there are some objects which are hotter than others. Then, how do we decide which object is colder than other? how can we decide which object is colder than other? Here we decided that the ice cream is colder than fruit juice. Okay, then how can we decide this? Okay, yes, we often do it by touching the object. But is our sense of touch reliable? Is our sense of touch reliable? Okay, let's do an activity to understand this.
Let us perform an activity. Take 3 bowls filled with hot water, cold water, and lukewarm water respectively. Dip one hand in hot water and the other one in ice cold water for 10 seconds. Now place both the hands in the lukewarm water. Do you feel same sensation in both the hands? No. The lukewarm water feels warmer than the cold water and cooler than the hot water to the hand. Measure the extent of hotness or coldness of the water in bowls with your hands. No, we can only feel the difference in temperature of our skin and the object we are touching, but cannot give an accurate value of its temperature.
What you have understand from that video? What you have seen? In the first, taken 3 beakers and hot water is taken in one beaker and cold water is taken in second beaker and lukewarm water is taken in third beaker. Take 3 bowls and fill with some hot water. In the second, cold water. In the third, lukewarm water respectively. Then, dipping one hand in hot water and one hand in cold water respectively for 10 seconds. Usually, we will feel hotness while dipping our hand in hot water and coldness when dip the hand in cold water, isn't it? Then what happens? Then both the hands are dipped in lukewarm water. Then what he feels? Can you say? Usually we feel hotness while dipping in hot water and coldness while dipping in cold water. And the both hands are dipped in lukewarm water. Then in earlier, the hand dipped in hot water, dipping in lukewarm water feel less hotness. And the hand earlier dipped in cold water, now dipping in lukewarm water feel more hotness. That is, the hotness or coldness is state by comparing with others, isn't it? That is, while touching, we can't measure the extent of hotness or coldness of substance by touching it. We can't measure the extent of hotness or coldness. Just we can compare one's coldness with others or one's hotness with others by touching it. We can only feel the difference in temperature of our skin and the object we touching, but cannot give accurate value of its temperature. Then what is temperature? The temperature is the reliable measure of hotness of an object. Temperature is the reliable measure of hotness of an object. The reliable measure of hotness of an object is called temperature. That is, we can't measure the temperature of a substance by touching it. Only we can compare the difference in temperature, which one is more hotter or which one is more colder. Only we can identify that difference by touching the substance. So, how can we How can we measure the temperature more accurate and precise? Do you know? You may be familiar with one instrument. You may be familiar with one instrument while you went to hospital because of fever. Do you know that? Can you name that instrument? Yes, all are familiar with that. That is thermometer. That is thermometers. There are many devices that can be used to measure the temperature. Let us let us learn about one such device which is known as thermometer. You are familiar with this device? This is thermometer. Okay. And the one type of thermometer is clinical thermometer. Then what is clinical thermometer? Do you know? A thermometer that measures our body temperature is called clinical thermometer. The type of thermometer that measures our body temperature is called clinical thermometer. It is a clinical thermometer. And a clinical thermometer consists of a long, narrow, uniform glass tube. You saw that in this picture. A clinical thermometer consists of a long, narrow. A clinical thermometer consists of a long, narrow glass tube. And there is a bulb at one end. This is the bulb at one end. A clinical thermometer consists of a long, narrow glass tube with one bulb at one end. Bulb at one end. And this bulb contains mercury. This bulb contains mercury. And the mercury is indicated as Hg. Capital letter H and small letter B. A clinical thermometer consists of a long, narrow, uniform glass tube and it has a bulb at one end and the bulb contains mercury. And the mercury is indicated as Hg. The mercury is indicated as Hg. Mercury is indicated as Hg. And outside the bulb, a small shining thread of mercury can be seen. Okay, is it clear? And a clinical thermometer reads temperature from 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees. You can see that in this picture. A clinical thermometer read the temperature from 35. The starting point which is 35. 35. The starting point which is 35. The starting point is 35 and the ending point is 42. That is, we can measure the temperature from 35 degree to 42 degrees Celsius by using clinical thermometer. We can measure the temperature from 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius by using this clinical thermometer. Then, I am saying something to make it more clear. We know that how we measure the length. How we measure a length. Okay, I am drawing a line here. How can we measure the length of this line? Usually, we measure its length by using scale. Isn't it? Ruler or scale. we measure the line's length by using scale or ruler. That is, we use scale for measuring length. Like that, we use a thermometer for reading temperature. Okay, thermometer is a device used to measure temperature. What are the readings written in your scale? Usually we are using a scale with the 15 centimeter, isn't it? 15 centimeter. That is, we can measure the length from 0 to 15. 0 to 15 centimeter using that scale. Like that, we can measure temperature from 35 to 42 degrees Celsius using this thermometer. By using our scale, we can measure the length from 0 to 15 centimeter. Like that, we can measure the temperature using thermometer. Using clinical thermometer, 35 degrees Celsius to 42. We know that the centimeter is the unit of length. Like that, degree Celsius, it is C, and in left side upper is 0, which is read as degree Celsius, which is the unit of temperature. We know that we are using a scale for measuring length. And centimeter, we know that centimeter is the unit of length. Like that, a thermometer is a device, clinical thermometer is a device that is used to measure the temperature of a human being. And the unit of temperature is 0 degree Celsius. Using a clinical thermometer, we can measure the temperature from 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. These are the details about a clinical thermometer. Okay. Clinical thermometer. What is a clinical thermometer? The thermometer that measures our body temperature. The thermometer that measures our body temperature, which is called a clinical thermometer. And a clinical thermometer consists of a long, narrow, uniform glass tube. It has a bulb at one end. We saw that the bulb contains mercury, and the mercury is indicated as Hg. And the next point, we cleared the first point. And the second, this bulb contains mercury. We say that outside the bulb, a small shining thread of mercury can be seen. And the scale we use is the Celsius scale. What is Celsius scale? And the Celsius scale is indicated by 0 degree Celsius. I am comparing this point, the third point, with the length, the quantity length. We use a scale for measuring what? Length. And the unit of length is centimeter. Like that, we use a thermometer. For measuring temperature. And the unit of temperature is 0 degree Celsius. These are the main points about clinical thermometer. A clinical thermometer consists of a long, narrow, uniform glass tube. It has a bulb at one end, and the bulb contains mercury. The mercury is indicated as Hg. And outside the bulb, a small shining thread of mercury can be seen, and the scale we use is the scale means the unit of temperature. The scale we use is the Celsius scale, and the Celsius scale is indicated as 0 degree Celsius. Is it clear? Hope you understand this topic. Try to watch repeatedly this video for better understanding. Don't forget to read your textbook. Only a small portion is covered in this video. So please read your textbook thoroughly and watch this video repeatedly for better understanding of this topic. I hope all of you will obey this, and please do these things. Thank you. Have a nice day.